Hi, I'm Ryan Poli from Iggy's Restaurant, and what we're doing today is talking about the Iggy's Market. A lot of people come into the market and they buy the pasta and they buy our sauces, and the first question they ask me is, how long do you cook the pasta for? What do I do with the sauces? I want to answer a lot of those questions for you right now so that when you're hosting a dinner party or you're cooking for your family, you can make restaurant-style Iggy's pasta at home and stop bothering me with the questions, okay? So, first thing we need to do is you buy your pasta and you buy your sauce, okay? First thing you want to do is you want to bring your water to a boil and you want to season the water. First thing you want to do is you want to get a lot of water. You don't want to put all the pasta into a small little bit of water and then have it not cook properly or evenly. So what we have here is I have probably about a gallon of water, depending on how much pasta you're cooking, obviously. And then the rule of thumb is it's about 1 to 2 tablespoons of salt per 3 liters, 3.5 liters, 1 gallon of water. So what the best way to do is just to taste it. So when you taste your water after you've seasoned it should taste like the sea. We always say salty like the sea. You don't want it to be overly salty because the pasta's gonna absorb the water. But the main important thing here is when you add pasta to unseasoned water, you're unseasoning the rest of your dish. So the pasta has to be seasoned, the sauce has to be seasoned, any garnishes you put on the top should also be seasoned also, okay? And when we're talking about seasoning, we mean like salt and pepper, not like garlic powder, onion powder, Lowry seasoning. Those are for another video. Boiling water, it's seasoned, and we're ready to start our pasta. So put the lid back on here. We'll start with our vodka sauce first, okay? Tomato vodka sauce from Iggy's. You have your little ribbons. Okay, cook the little ribbons. First thing you want to do is you want to warm your sauce. Like, you don't really necessarily need to bring it to like a full boil, but you want to get it warm. Now what's going to happen is we're going to add the pasta into the water. We're going to lose the boil. And if you cook your pasta in non-boiling water, it's just going to get soft. It has almost like this melted kind of texture, and that's not what we want. Now, don't add 9 pounds of pasta to this either. Okay, it goes back to the thing of like, you want to add, the pasta should be swimming around. You know, it should be enough water so that the pasta has some room to kind of, almost like a jacuzzi. You just want to be like hanging out, okay? So we're gonna add, this is probably about a ½ pound of pasta, give or take. And then you want to stir it immediately right when it goes in. Now, like I said, we lost the boil a little bit, and that's okay, it's gonna happen. You want to bring that up to a boil as fast as possible. 3 hours later. Great, now our pasta's water, it's kind of back to a simmer. It doesn't necessarily need to be this raging boil, but it needs to be percolating a little bit to make sure that the pasta is being cooked properly, okay? So here's the point where everybody asks me how long to cook it for. Till it's done. You take a little bit out. Don't stick your hand in there. You scoop a little bit out if you have a spoon or if you have one of these little fancy skimmers. You scoop some of it out and you taste it. It should be al dente, which means there should be a little bit of a bite in the middle. It shouldn't be hard and it shouldn't be like overly soft. So it's been a couple minutes, we're gonna taste our pasta. And this is how you know if it's done or not. Taste it, yeah. It's soft and there's a little bit of bite in the middle, it's not overcooked. So now, here's where we get kind of fancy. Now this water is seasoned and it has a bunch of starch in it, so it's almost like a pasta stock, if you would. And what we're gonna do is, if the pasta gets a little bit dry, we can add a little bit of this water. That's a very restaurant trick. Add a little bit of pasta water to your sauce. Okay, sorry. Here we go. Pasta's in there. Sauce is nice and hot. And now you could stir it, you could flip it and get fancy. You just stir it. Either way, doesn't matter. Okay? And what you want to do is you want to bring it back up to a boil. You see how all the pasta's kind of incorporating in with the sauce? That's what we want. What you don't want is to take the sauce and pour it over and be, you know, very basic like everybody else. Okay? Now at this point, what do? We need to taste it to make sure that the seasoning is okay, right? Tastes delicious. Could use a little pinch of salt, a little crack of pepper. And then let's get fancy with it. Here, let's throw in some chopped parsley, okay? There we go. The beautiful sauce. Now, here's another little trick. It'd be really great just to have the pasta just like this, right? But instead, what we want to do is want to plate it. And then let's add some cheese to it. Everybody loves cheese. Here, this is this beautiful burrata cheese we have, which goes really well with the vodka sauce, okay? So we just kind of cut these in half. Just a little drizzle of olive oil, okay? A little bit of breadcrumbs for some texture. A little bit of sea salt on top of the cheese, and a little bit more fresh cream. That's it. Vodka sauce with little ribbons, burrata cheese and breadcrumbs. Pasta number 1.